I've been broke as a coach and I made millions as a coach. Here's what I've learned from both. The first principle is the first 3 years are hell you have to go through. I remember 2016 vividly. I had just married my wife a year ago and we were planning to have our first child. The thought of it freaked me out. I couldn't imagine me being able to afford a child on my income. My coaching business was barely crossing six figures, and my coach training company hadn't taken off yet. I spent months and months in mental agony trying to create some sense of security. Starting out, everyone expects instant success. We live in the world of Amazon Prime and overnight delivery, so why shouldn't our business take off in a matter of weeks or months, right? But reality doesn't work that way. For the first 3 years, you're building a foundation. You're learning what works and what doesn't, discovering your strengths, and yes, confronting your weaknesses. During those early years, you will feel like you are on a treadmill, running really hard, but going nowhere. You will take on clients only to realize they weren't the right fit or try marketing strategy that will flop spectacularly. But each setback will teach you something invaluable. It's only by surviving these early struggles that you lay down the groundwork for your future success. This brings me to the second principle I learned. The success is created in your mind first. One of the biggest mistakes you can make is thinking you can simply work your way into discovering your business. It doesn't work like that. Building a business starts with a vision. If you don't have a clear idea of what you want to create, you will end up distracted by every shiny object that crosses your path. Early on, I didn't fully understand this. I'd get sidetracked by any opportunity that seemed remotely promising. But here's the reality. If you don't have a long term vision, short term distractions will consume your time, your energy, and your attention. Let's say you are going on your track. Every single time distracted, you get distracted from this vision that you have of yourself. When you are focused on the short term, you almost always follow whatever is in front of you, which is very little. So you're moving, but you're not going anywhere. When you have a long term vision, you can now make better decisions and move that will yield you a lot more than any short term strategy can. There was a student of mine who wanted to seize every opportunity. She was good at it too. And she got some great deals. She definitely got a great start. She even hit six figures in income in about 9 months. I'm proud of her achievements. But her greatest strength was also her greatest enemy. She was so in the moment, she never questioned what she was building. And because she didn't know what that was, she would constantly have ups and downs in her business. Every week, sometimes every day, would be a roller coaster ride, leaving her exhausted and disheartened. Finally, when we got to define her mission, it was like clouds parted and clarity beamed through. Business for her became more consistent and simpler to run. Anxiety was on the way down, and now clarity was driving the business. So before you dive into your daily grind, take the time to ask yourself, what am I building? Success demands clarity, and that clarity starts in your mind. You don't have to know every detail. Perfection is the enemy here, but you need a guiding light to keep you from wandering. Which brings me to the third principle, which is courage and confidence are going to be non negotiable. When a client says yes, they are saying yes to themselves and they are saying yes to your ability to help them, which is why it's important for you to demonstrate courage and confidence. Courage and confidence aren't just nice to have, they are the bedrock of your business. Without them, you'll crumble when clients challenge you and you'll doubt yourself when things don't go your way. Let me paint a picture. Early on, I was terrified of giving presentations to potential clients. My palms would sweat, my voice would shake, and every part of me wanted to turn and run. But each time I pushed through that fear, I became a little stronger. I started to understand that confidence isn't about never feeling afraid. It's about feeling the fear and stepping forward anyway. Every single time I took courage, in spite of my fear, my realm of possibility kept getting bigger and bigger. You do it enough times, and soon enough, you are the best at what you do. You'll need courage to face the unknown and confidence to handle the inevitable setbacks. Remember, every coach you admire, the ones who seem so self assured, started exactly where you are, questioning themselves, doubting, and struggling. They didn't succeed because they never felt afraid. They succeeded because they acted despite the fear. Which brings me to the fourth principle, which is distractions are your biggest enemy. Life will do everything it can to keep you distracted from your goals. Every day, you'll encounter a barrage of other people's needs, social media updates, and fleeting dramas that will beg for your attention. But here's the truth: distractions are the quickest way to sabotage your coaching business. There's this coach in our community, amazing person, but she used to love the shiny objects. Every time we would meet, she wanted to know what I thought about this new thing. And somewhere in the conversation, we would also get to how her business has not yet taken off. I would ask the same question I asked her a million times before. Do you ever wonder what would happen if you channel all that energy on one thing instead of all these things? She would say she agreed and changed nothing until eventually she did. Her strength was building relationships when she met people. She channeled that one strength into her business, and in 6 months, she was making more money she ever did. Getting distracted does a huge damage to your potential success. It's like getting a great start in an area and then getting distracted and then stopping. Every single time, doing this over and over again keeps you busy. It keeps you busy, definitely keeps you busy, keeps you moving, and you keep going somewhere, but you're actually not going anywhere. If you want to be going anywhere, if you want to be remembered for the results that you get for people, you want to get focused. And for that, you got to stick to a path until you reach the destination. Successful coaches pick a path and they stick to it. That's what sets them apart. You don't remember the coach who flip-flops between topics or industries even, because they never left a lasting impact on you. But the coach who dedicates themselves to a singular focus, that's the one who stands out. That's the one who clients trust. And that's the one who ultimately succeeds. So ask yourself, are you letting distractions eat up all your time? If so, it's time to cut them out ruthlessly. The more you can focus, the more progress you'll make. Which brings me to the fifth principle, which is to master the art of enrollment. Enrollment isn't just about getting clients, it's about helping people say yes to themselves. Most people don't realize how often they talk themselves out of the possibilities they actually deserve. As a coach, your role is to guide them towards that yes, to help them see their potential and take a step forward. Imagine helping someone go from feeling stuck and uncertain to feeling empowered and ready to take action. That's what enrollment is all about. It's not a sales technique, it's a skill that deepens your impact as a coach. When you master this, you unlock a whole new level of influence and effectiveness in your business. If you're struggling with enrollment, don't worry, I got you covered. Download my free guide below this video. But let's go on to principle number 6 for now. This is a harsh one, but one that every coach needs to hear, especially when they're struggling to make ends meet. No one, my friend, no one is going to magically discover you. You can be the best at what you do, but if you're hiding in the shadows, waiting for clients to find you or someone to discover you, you'll stay invisible. If you want to succeed, you have to take the initiative, put yourself out there and build your audience. Maybe, just maybe, then someone might discover you, but don't expect it. It never works out for anyone. Look at any successful coach today, and you'll see that they didn't sit around waiting to be found. They took action, made connections, and brought their message to the people who needed it. So don't be discovered. Go out there and build the audience you want. It's not easy, but it's the only way you make your voice heard. Seventh principle is choose long-term wins over short-term gains. When you're struggling, chasing quick wins is tempting. Anything that will bring in a little cash or get a little bit of recognition. But quick wins are just that, quick. They don't last, and they rarely build a foundation for a successful business. Better coaches are coaches who say no to many things, or most things for that matter. Short-term thinking will make you say more yeses, and it'll drain your energy, and eventually you will feel burnt out and disheartened. Long-term wins allow for no to short-term distractions. Distractions are like little disaster recovery programs. They will save you when things are falling apart, but they will exhaust all resources. You don't build beautiful, magnificent cities following a disaster recovery program. If you're serious about making it, focus on the big picture instead of chasing the small victories. Ask yourself, what do I want to be known for in 5 years from now? And then aim for that. Let go of the need for immediate reward and invest in strategies that will serve you in the long run. The clients, the reputation, and the income you truly want will come, but only if you're willing to play the long game. Define what winning means to you. One of the biggest reasons coaches feel defeated is because they don't know what winning looks like. When you don't define success, it's easy to feel like you're constantly falling short. Most of us set goals that are years away, and in the meantime, we have no way of measuring progress. That's a recipe for burnout and self doubt. I've been there. In my early years, I had a vague goal of being successful, but I had no concrete way to measure it. So each day felt like a struggle with no end in sight. Then I started breaking it down. Daily wins, small achievements, things I could accomplish each week to feel a sense of progress. For example, a win might be completing 2 new YouTube videos, reaching out to 10 potential clients, or drafting content for the week. When you define winning for yourself in small, achievable steps, you create a roadmap. And every time you achieve one of those wins, you build momentum. Momentum is what will carry you through those tough days when nothing seems to be going right. So set yourself up for success. Define what winning looks like daily, weekly, and monthly. You will feel more in control, more motivated, and better able to see just how far you've come. And that brings me to principle number 9, and that's keep your calendar full of productive activities. When your calendar is empty, it's easy for energy draining activities to fill in the gaps. You might spend those hours scrolling through social media, endlessly researching or procrastinating. We've all done that. Our mind will fill up the time with meaningless tasks if you don't set an intention and assign it useful tasks. You must be intentional with your time to build a successful coaching business. The more intentional your calendar is, the less room for distraction there will be. Fill your schedule with high priority activities like client calls, content creation, skill building. Also, it doesn't only have to be work activities. Fill it with activities that give you energy. My daily calendar has only about 5 hours of quote unquote work. The rest is spent reading, walking, family time, working out, or some kind of movement, time with my wife, calls with family, calls with friends. Even when I schedule no activity, it's intentional. There's something specific I'm thinking about. If I let my mind wander, like you probably do, I will fill it with energy draining activities just like you. When you leave no time for meaningless distractions, you'll be amazed at how productive you can become. Remember, an empty calendar invites procrastination. A full calendar invites success and joy. The 10th principle I want to remind you of is match your prices to the outcomes you create. If you're a coach and you're broke, it's highly likely that your current pricing is based on your self-worth and not on the value you provide. We are so self-aware as coaches that it becomes our Achilles heel. We are never able to value our services appropriately. If you create a high value outcome for your clients, your prices should reflect that. Clients aren't paying you for your time, they're paying you for the transformation to help them achieve. If you're charging under $200 an hour, you don't value your client and their results enough. Stop thinking less of your clients. They're worth better results. Charge at least $5,000 for 3 months. The value of your service lies in its impact. If you're helping clients transform their lives, solve meaningful problems, or achieve substantial goals, your pricing should mirror that value. Don't undercut yourself. Don't wonder if you're worth it. Your pricing should reflect your results, not how you see yourself. Pick a business model and stick with it. It's easy to get lured into the latest trend or the newest hack for building your coaching business, but constantly switching strategies will stall your growth. The truth is, boring business models grow faster than flashy new ones. Consistency and simplicity are your best friends. Every new business model will take a comparable energy to starting a new business. A new opportunity is often because we are avoiding to solve the problem in our existing business problem. Fixing problems in our model grows our business. Fear of missed opportunity drains energy and wastes mental, financial, and time resources. Find a business model that works for you. Maybe it's a group coaching program, an online course, a high ticket, whatever it might be, and then stick with it. Give it time to grow. The first months might be slow, but if you're consistent, you'll see the results. Once your model is thriving, you can build on top of it. Maybe adding a new revenue stream that complements what you already do. But don't fall for the trap of constant reinvention. Simplicity is much more scalable. Which brings me to the next principle, which is coach as much as you can, especially when you're starting out. One of the biggest mistakes new coaches make is spending too much time thinking about coaching and not enough time actually doing it. If you're broke, struggling, or just starting out, the best thing you can do is to coach more. The more you coach, the faster you build confidence, you improve your skills, and gain valuable testimonials. When I first began, I coached anyone who would let me, often for free. I treated every session as a learning experience. Coaching frequently not only improved my ability to help clients, but also helped me understand my unique style and approach. With each session, I refined my techniques, discovered new strategies, and started seeing patterns in my clients' needs. Coaching regularly is like building muscle. Every training session makes you stronger and more capable. You'll get real time feedback, build momentum, and gain insights with no amount of theory could ever teach you. So, if you're struggling to grow your business, the best way forward is simple: coach, coach, and coach. The more you do it, the more successful you'll become. Which brings me to the 13th principle, which is coach in areas where you truly understand the problems. It is so tempting to pick a niche that sounds exciting or trendy, but if you don't genuinely understand the challenges your clients face, you'll struggle to make an impact. Coaching is about solving real problems for real people, and the quickest way to succeed is to work with clients whose problems you already know firsthand, problems you can actually solve. I've seen coaches who get excited about a niche they have no personal experience with, like coaching people in industries they've never worked in or focusing on a large social issue they've never had a direct experience with. Inevitably, they find it hard to connect, hard to empathize, and they cannot deliver real results. Most cannot start because they don't even know where to start. When you coach in an area you're familiar with, you bring a unique insight that clients immediately recognize and they immediately value. You understand their frustration, you speak their language, and you can offer solutions based on lived experience, not just some theoretical understanding. Start with what you know. If you come from a background in media, consider coaching media professionals. If you have overcome a very specific challenge, work with clients who are facing that same challenge. Not only will you feel more confident, but your clients will feel that they are being guided by someone who truly gets them. Which brings me to the next principle, which is work on yourself harder than anything else. No matter your business strategy, nothing will pay off more than working on you. As a coach, your clients enroll in your perspective, your energy, and information. The more you grow, the more value you bring to your clients. For the past decade, I've read or listened to about 30 to 50 books a year. I attend 2 to 3 intensive events and work with about 2 to 3 coaches on different areas of my life. The more I grow, the less I work, and the more my business grows. Over a year, I invest about $50,000 to $150,000 in my personal growth. I've tested this with several clients. I invite them to step away from their business to attend one of my growth events. Every time they do so, their business sees a surge of growth in a month or two. Your clients will see the work you've done on yourself. It shows in how you carry yourself, the wisdom you share, and the empathy you bring to each session. So don't shy away from investing in yourself. Grow your mindset, expand your skill set, and become the kind of person you'd want to be coached by you. As you get better, your business will get better. Which brings me to the next principle, which is learn to love rejection. Rejection can feel like a personal failure, but it's one of the most powerful learning tools ever. Every rejection is a valuable data point in the early stages of your business. It tells you where to improve, what clients need more from you, and how you can adjust your approach to create a stronger offer. A friend of mine says, rejections are just redirections. I love that. Each no refines your approach and brings you one step closer to a yes. The more you embrace rejection, the quicker you'll develop resilience, sharpen your skills, and learn what resonates with your clients. Remember, rejection isn't the end of the road. It's a redirection to success, which brings me to choose life-giving work and routines. Building a business is a long and tiresome journey, which is why it's most important that you make this journey as fun as you can. Make it life-giving, not soul-sucking. I'm sure you've experienced this by now. You start building your coaching business and you were all excited. Then you saw something online and someone else's playbook seemed to be the right one. So you started doing that, even if you hated it. You're probably still doing it. There's no reason for you to do that work. There's no reason for you to do the work you hate. If you will work long hours, at least choose work you can sustain for long hours. To life giving activities. What are the business building activities you actually like doing? Do more of those. All business strategies work if you give them due time and attention consistently. Don't just stop at life-giving activities for business. Build a life where your day is full of life-giving activities. Identify what brings you energy and build your routines around it. Maybe it's meditation, maybe it's walks, maybe it's reading. Whatever it is, make space for it. When you prioritize life-giving activities and work, you'll find it easier to stay productive, positive, and passionate about your business. Which brings me to the 17th principle, which is shorten the time between idea and execution. Ideas are great, but they don't mean anything without action. Too often, you get stuck in the planning phase, endlessly refining their ideas and waiting for the perfect moment to launch. The longer you wait, the more excitement fades. The more likely you are also to lose momentum. The key to making progress is to shorten the gap between having an idea and executing it. Execution is what separates dreamers from doers. Here's a model to decide if this new idea that you have or the new dream that you have is worth doing it. Ask yourself, does this strategy that you just thought of or this idea that you just had, will it make you money in a short period of time? If the answer is no, don't do it. It's really that simple. Don't waste time, energy, and resources on pondering on ideas. Take action. Each small action builds momentum, and the momentum is the fastest way to turn ideas into reality. Embrace the power of fast execution, and you'll move your business forward in ways you never thought possible. Which brings me to principle number 18, hard to swallow, but honor your flaws. They define your character. We try to hide our flaws, thinking that being perfect will make us more appealing to clients. But your flaws are part of what makes you human and relatable. When you embrace and honor them, you allow your clients to see the real you, and that authenticity builds trust. I used to feel really self-conscious about my own imperfections. I worried that if clients saw my struggles, they might doubt my abilities as a coach. But I soon discovered that sharing my flaws made me more relatable. It helped clients see that I understood their challenges because I had faced similar ones myself. Instead of trying to hide my struggles, I began to use them as teaching points, showing clients that growth is a journey for all of us, not just for them. Your clients don't want a coach who pretends to have it all figured out. They want someone who understands their struggles and can offer guidance from a place of empathy. You embrace your flaws, share your journey, and let your clients see that you're real. By honoring your imperfections, you'll become a more compassionate and impactful coach. Which brings me to the final reminder I want to share with you, which is seek discomfort. Growth begins at the edge of your comfort zone. Comfort is the enemy of progress. If you stay in your comfort zone, you'll never reach your full potential. Growth requires you to step into discomfort, to do things that challenge you and push you beyond your current limits. Discomfort is where transformation happens. So don't shy away from discomfort. Instead, seek it out. When something scares you, recognize it as a sign that you are on the brink of growth. Embrace the challenge, face the fear, and push yourself to do the things you'll usually avoid. The more you step into discomfort, the more you'll expand your abilities, the closer you'll get to the success you envision. As you step into this journey, remember that you're not just building a business, you're building yourself. Every setback, every struggle, and every moment of doubt is shaping you into the person you need to become to reach your goals. Success is not a destination, it's an accumulation of all the hard days, the lesson learned, and the courage it takes to keep going when things feel impossible. Now that you have heard these principles, I want you to remember something crucial. You have everything you need to succeed. It won't be easy. There will be days when you question everything, but those days are part of the process. Every challenge, every rejection, every moment of discomfort is shaping you into the coach you're destined to become. Success doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't come from those who wait to be discovered. It comes to those who show up every day, ready to learn, ready to grow, and ready to put in the work, even when no one's watching. Think about the future you're building. Every step you take today is laying the foundation for the coach you'll be tomorrow. You're not just creating a business, you're creating a legacy. The clients you serve, the lives you impact, and the change you create will ripple out in ways you can't even imagine. So keep going, keep coaching, keep pushing through the discomfort. Don't let fear or distractions hold you back. You have a unique gift, and the world needs what you have to offer. Trust the process, trust yourself, and remember, the coach who succeeds is the one who refuses to quit. You're already on the path. Now it's time to keep walking.